we're going to learn how to create Cloud FireStore database. So this is a Cloud FireStore dashboard. You can check out my previous tutorial where I've explained how to set up a Firebase account. That's for free. So I go to Cloud FireStore. I click on create database. It gives me two options that where do you want to start with. You want to start in the production mode or you want to start in test mode. So when we start in the production mode, that creates a Firebase Firestore database rules. So these database rules decide that who can write the database, who can read inside a database. As you can see over here, this is an example of a Firestore rules. So that says that match database and documents, and match this any documents, allow read and write if false. It means it will not allow read and write until these conditions met. Okay, so now let's start in the test mode. In the test mode, as you can see, if the request time is less than these particular timestamp, means if anybody is making a request before 2nd of September, that will not be allowed to write in the database. Okay, we have to click on next, and that comes with a Firestore location where you're gonna store your cloud database. So this is really important, guys. As you see that once the database location has been set up, you cannot change the location. You cannot change the location. It means you set up in US Central, then it all the time until the database exists, it's gonna be US Central. And I'll enable it. Once I enable it, it'll start provisioning your Firestore database, where you can see the how exactly Firestore database looks, how sub collections looks, how their documents looks, how you can manually create a database, and then through the code. So it's also, look at this, it's also setting up the security rules, guys. So all these things it does automatically. And look at this is the way the Firebase collection looks like. If you'll see there is a button starts collection. You can name it as a collection name, and you can say next, and you can create an auto ID over here. Let's say I'll put an email ID, and I'll put an email ID Skugal University at skugal.com. Let's say I'll do a first name, and that should be string that says Skugal. I'll do a last name, that's university. Okay, and I'll save the database. When I'll save the database, you can see that this way the database has been created. If in the future you want to create application that works as a personalized behavior of a particular user actions, then you can create another collections like this. You can click that personal data, and in this collection you can store all the personal know-how and actions of the user. So let's say this particular collection stores types of search documents, and let's say the person is making a query in your app. So let's say he makes a query of blockchain. So you store the type, what the type is about search, the query is about string, and what is that is a blockchain. You're going to store when the query has been created. You can select a timestamp from here. So this gives an opportunity to us to set a timestamp for a particular query parameter. So this way, for one particular user, so if I come outside, there is user collection. Inside the user collection, the auto generated ID given by Firestore, and you go inside the personal data, you can see what this user has done in the personal data, right? So this way you can so you can create a number of sub collection inside a collection, right? So this is the basic way of understanding how Cloud Firestore works. So thank you guys for this tutorial. Let's meet next.